Yo, what's going on? Jesus Christ. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy GZTV back with another video. It's kind of raining outside. I guess I'll keep it going. You know that nature ASMR? It's pretty much fucking nighttime, it seems like, and it's 11:30, so I turned the LEDs on. Not that it really does anything. We're gonna get this video out real quick. I'm gonna go do me some homework, probably eat some lunch. I'm not going out and getting the lunch. Probably just gonna cook some of the pizza that we had last night. Yeah, either that or just cook some like hot pockets or something. But we have the 14th episode of Season 8 of The Walking Dead. We are narrowing it down. We're getting close to the end of that season. So, yeah. I guess we can talk about this a little bit. I'm not going to lie. The Walking Dead is getting really boring. Hopefully the finale is good, because some of the storylines heading into the finale have been absolutely trash. It's things I don't care about at all. Show this closer. Sure, I'll move it up a little bit. But yeah, so in a flashback, Jadis plays dead to save herself from the massacre of the scavengers by Simon and the Saviors, which of course wasn't supposed to happen. Negan didn't order them to do that, so it kind of creates this interesting situation between her and Negan. In the present, she takes time to compose herself before collecting a captive Negan and carrying his modified baseball bat, Lucille, and a suitcase, obviously the iconic Lucille. Meanwhile, the Hilltop community regroups after the Savior's attack, which happened the last episode. That was cool, I guess, but Tara unsuccessfully tries to sway Daryl that Dwight is still loyal to them after the attack. Michonne tries to convince Rick to read his son Carl's last message to him, but he cannot come to do it. Morgan feels guilt for Henry's disappearance, as Henry had been seeking vengeance on Jared, the savior that killed his brother, and Morgan's pupil, Benjamin. So that's kind of where we are at with the characters. I'm sorry if I chop things up. I'm sorry if my voice is a little meh. I just kind of woke up like 20 minutes ago, got ready, and booted up. So let's go. Yeah, with Tara, it is funny to think that she was the one that didn't trust him at first, and now she wants them to see his loyalty. I don't understand that, but okay. Morgan goes out to look for him, accompanied by Carol. So they're going to the woods. They're going to look for Henry because he obviously ran off with the Saviors during the attack, or some of the Saviors, like the prisoners, not the actual Saviors. Those ones he ran off with technically aren't Saviors, I guess. They find a walker with Henry's weapon through it, and Morgan believes Henry must be dead, and instead heads further down the road while Carol goes in the direction the walker came from to find Henry. Yeah, Morgan just gives up because, there's no way he'd stab a walker with a stick and then just leave it, right? He had to have died from it. I don't know. It's interesting. So at the junkyard, Negan tries to apologize for what happened to her people, recognizing that Simon had gone against his orders and wiping out the scavengers, but Jadis is steadfast and threatens to kill him. It's kind of like a boy cries wolf thing, because all this time you've been terrorizing their people and enslaving them, and now when all of them die, do you think she's gonna blame Simon for doing that? No, obviously she thinks you made him do that. So you kind of put yourself in a fucked up position by being an asshole for so long to these people, So yeah. While she is out of sight, he is able to access her suitcase containing a gun and pictures from her past. He convinces her to talk, lest he destroy them with a flare. Talk about their past. They kind of have a little personal conversation, and I like this because Negan is starting to get more personal. He's starting to get more comfortable. Maybe it is this sarcastic, emotional version of Negan we're getting, but hey, it is what it is. He reveals that he named his bat after his late wife Lucille, and like Jadis' pictures, his bat is the last thing he has to remember his previous life. So they have kind of some things in common. They have some personal things they want to talk about, and this is the first time he's even mentioned the fact that Lucille was his wife's name. Jadis' wristwatch beeps, and she suddenly rushes Negan to get the flare, but it is knocked out of her hands into a puddle and extinguishes. So that's bad timing, because guess what? She races off to get another flare, because a helicopter hovers briefly overhead before disappearing. Too late to see Jadis' second flare. No, I'm not really sure how she knew they were coming. I think she might have had a radio? I don't know. It's kind of weird. So, yeah. she's too late, and the helicopter drives away, and now they have no hope. Jadis breaks down in tears and she lets Negan go. He offers her to come with him and follow a new path, but she refuses. He wants to save her and make her a part of the Saviors, which obviously no, because I'm not gonna get destroyed by some group of people and then join you. That's not how that works. MKD. But yeah. Jadis also refuses to answer Negan's questions about the helicopter. So yeah, he's like, what the shit? No, I'm just kidding. Rick decides to locate the escaped Savior prisoners, and Alden suggests that he check a nearby bar. On the way, Rick crosses paths with Morgan, and while they avoid a walker horde heading towards the bar, they are captured by the escaped Saviors, led by Jared. So they run into them. They get their wish. And at this point in the show, I kind of stopped watching that much. I liked the Negan sequence, but at this point, it is super boring. When Rick and Morgan come to the bar, they find the Saviors arguing loudly among themselves about returning to the hilltop. Oh, maybe we should return to the hilltop and be good faith and get away from the Saviors. I guess that's kind of their mentality. I don't know. Rick promises amnesty to anyone who wants to return and warns of an approaching horde, but it comes too late as walkers flood the bar. Because they were looking in the woods, kind of scouting the area, and they saw that walker horde. Some of the Saviors cut Rick and Morgan loose of their bonds. Rick helps to eliminate walkers, but then turns on the remaining Saviors. Yeah, fuck the Saviors. Morgan chases down Jared and purposely traps him in a room with walkers, holding Jared against the gate as the walkers tear into him. I watched that. I did like that. That was a nice closure moment, I guess. As they collect themselves, Rick asks Morgan why he stopped to save him when they first met. Morgan replies that it was because his son was there, of course. He had a son too, and they kind of related. Meanwhile, Carol is able to find Henry fending off walkers. Yeah. She helps rescue him and takes him back to the hilltop to reunite with Ezekiel. Rick and Morgan return, and Morgan shakily informs Henry he killed Jared. Henry says he's sorry, but Morgan tells him to never say one's sorry and walks off alone and kind of tries to give him a little life lesson. Jeez, a little advice. Yeah. Elsewhere, Daryl and Rosita discover the Savior's ammunition factory, where Eugene is helping to keep their ammo supply going. What a damn coward. Daryl and Rosita plot to kill the men running the factory to end the supply. Concurrently, Negan is en route back to the sanctuary when he finds a familiar face and offers them a ride. I'm not sure who it is. We don't know, I guess. Back at the sanctuary, the gate guards are surprised to see Negan alive, believing he had been killed based on what Simon had told them. I don't know why, but Negan's own people have counted him out time and time again. They let Negan and his passenger in. Well, I guess he asked Simon to tell them. They let Negan and his passenger in, but Negan tells them not to tell anyone else about his return. At the hilltop in his room, Rick tearfully reads his letter from Carl. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who rode with Negan. I think that's going to be a crazy character reveal, and I'm here for it. Maybe that gives me more reasons to watch the show, but pretty good episode. 71%, 6.73 out of 10, 24 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Though some character motivations remain boggling, a dangerous morality shift between hero and villain, along with a gratifyingly gruesome death, make still gotta mean something in a enthralling lead up to the final 2 episodes of the Walking Dead season. I think it's boring, but I guess some of the stories they interwoven here were pretty good, so I'll let it slide. I don't have much to say. At some point today, you guys are going to get 2 more 2K gameplay videos. That is going to be the Pink Diamond Mo Bamba and the Galaxy Opal Jade of Jalen Williams of the OKC Thunder. So if you guys like 2K content, head over there. And obviously, I didn't do any videos last night for the plan because, well, the games are pretty garbage. Hopefully today that changes, and I can talk about some first round playoff games. The playoffs have officially started, and I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on how my bracket goes as we go through the playoffs. So yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, it has been GCTV, giving you guys the best TV show content / movie content. We do all sorts of things on here. We do music. I'm actually going to finish up listening to some new music today during the playoff games, so that'll be fun. That's gonna do it, man. I don't know.